First off, Trey, thank you for joining me. You just wrapped up your camp here at Avondale High School. You were at Saline before. How was the camp experience overall here in Michigan?
Experience was great. It's my second camp I've had here in Michigan. You see that I still got the same amount of support that I had coming out of college. Kids coming back and supporting my camp. Parents bringing them out. I'm really honored, and appreciative about that.
Now, why is it important for you to not only just keep that, that role here in the state of Michigan, but also at the University of Michigan?
I think it's important because, I obviously played at the University of Michigan. I look at the state of Michigan like a second home to me. Being originally from Ohio, come back. I feel like I had fans outside of Ann Arbor as well. So I felt like it was important for me to hold a camp, in a place like here as well. And, it was a great turnout. The kids had fun, and I think, it's something to look forward to in the future.
Absolutely. Now, last time we spoke, you talked about leaving these young boys and girls with life lessons. What are some of the lessons you kind of feel like you left them with today?
Well, I think I emphasize listening a lot, just because it's a small skill that's going to take you a long way. Being in their shoes at one point in time and knowing what it's like to, have a dad as a coach, a guy who's older, who's telling you what to do, and at times you're not wanting to hear it or listen to it. At the same time, it got me where I am now, so I try to emphasize that to them. Your parents are the ones that brought you here. Your teacher in schools, an elder or a mentor that's trying to give you some knowledge. You should listen to them because it's a small skill that's going to take you a long way. So I emphasize that.
And your father has always been big in financial security. You also spoke about how you can't dribble the ball forever. Is that kind of the lesson that maybe you kind of try to pass on?
That too. That is what I also talk about school. I forgot to mention that, but every camp I usually, this camp specifically, I really talk about, the importance of school, the importance of, doing your work. Because it's easy to just throw a ball out there and go step on the court, but if you don't have the grades, you're not going to be eligible to play. And I told them all, everyone here is not going to be a Division I basketball player or going to be a professional basketball player. But these skills that you're learning here, you can, you might be a doctor, you might be, a lawyer. You never know. All of these skills, or all of those professions, it takes those type of skills to, succeed.
Now, speaking not just of this camp, you've been all over the place. You had obviously some camps back home in Ohio, then you also did a lot of traveling basketball without borders. How was that experience going to Africa for the first ever African NBA game? And you had Philippines too. How was that?
The Philippines was surreal. It was the first time I've ever went out of the country. So I really enjoyed that. It was like 105 degrees over there. It was hot everywhere. And to see the conditions that they live in, it helped me put things in perspective, on a higher level, and not take things for granted. Africa the same way. Once I went to Africa, that's the motherland. I always wanted to go to Africa. Always wanted to, see what it was like over there, see how they live, rather than just seeing it on TV. Seeing it in person was a great experience for me. And it was cold there, actually. It was like 50 degrees the whole time. I think it's winter time there right now. So, I was the last 2 or 3 months, I've been able to see a lot of things I wanted to see, and been a part of some great experiences.